Hey everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Trisha and in today's video we are giving new life to this coffee table that was kicked to the curb. I found it in my neighborhood last year. If you love a good before and after, you're going to want to watch this video all the way through the end. And I hope you do because I'd love to get your thoughts on this makeover. So let's get started. This coffee table was in the worst shape ever. Not only did it smell horrible, but the stain and veneer was lifting off the top. The structure of itself though seemed very sturdy and well made, and I loved all the storage potential. It also seemed a little small for a coffee table and a little too big as a side table, so I wasn't sure about it at first. I found inspiration from a few brands like Lulu in Georgia and Pottery Barn to name a few. Since this was something I had never done before, I was up for the challenge and prepared with a plan A and a plan B. I've been loving the look of black with wood grain showing through and had the idea of recreating this for quite some time now. For this piece, that would mean making a flat surface and adding wood veneer. And just in case that didn't work out, I also love this textured finish. The top veneer would have to be removed and I had to come up with a way to fill these arched areas, as I needed to get a completely smooth surface all around in order for veneer to stay on properly. The base made it a little too tall, so that will definitely be coming off, but I kept it on for the duration of the entire project because it made it easier to work with. After a ton of research on how to install veneer, I needed something that was flexible enough to cover the entire surface. I ordered these 3/32 thick basswood sheets. I think that's how you say it. These would work great since they're bendable and easy to work with. I also picked up General Finishes black gel stain. For the veneer, I chose this red oak and I had to get an entire sheet of it. Yes, a 4x8 sheet. This tipped this project into more than I would normally invest into a piece, but there are a few reasons why I did. For one, it's for myself and I'm not trying to make a profit. And secondly, the unit didn't cost anything, so it's just materials and my time. And lastly, I have always wanted to do veneer and I was super excited to try something new. Before getting to the actual project, there was a lot of prep that had to be done, so I tackled that first. now that all the prep work is done, it's time to get started. I'm first attaching the sheets of ply around the entire unit. I'm using my nail gun, some wood glue, and I have on hand some clamps and a couple of these cargo straps to hold everything in place while it dried. After cutting the pieces to size, I went ahead and glued them on piece by piece. Okay, here's where plans changed. I left these straps on for a couple of days. I wanted to see how the joins look after giving it time to sort of take the shape. This was when I realized my mistake. I should have cut each piece so they were attached at the sides of the arches. Some of the joins were sort of floating over the spaces, and this made the surface inconsistent. I thought about this over the next few days, and the more I researched, the more I was convinced it would be a bad idea to continue with the veneer. Since it is a paperback veneer, these lifted areas would show and the finish would not look good. This sheet was too expensive to risk it. I'd rather keep it for another project. So plan B it is. There are several different materials that can work to achieve this textured look, but I decided to use the Ardex Feather Finish. It's an underlay skim coating material. You just add water, and because I wanted it black, I got this powder dye on Amazon. And I experimented with how much I would need to add to get it jet black. Tips for using this feather finish and the recipe that worked for me are in the description. Once it was completely dried, I sanded with a 150 grit to get off all the rough bits, and then a fine grit sanding sponge to make it smooth to the touch. Then cleaned it up and added a second coat of black to the painted areas. I decided to add some brass along the bottom strip and water seal the entire unit. Now it's completely finished, and all I have to do is remove the base and take it inside. To be quite honest, this project spanned over weeks. I spent a lot of time overthinking the process and did feel like giving up at times. But I was also very curious at how it would actually turn out, and that kept me going. I know this finish isn't for everyone, and my household is a bit divided on it. So please, even if you don't like it, leave a comment below. I really want to know everyone's thoughts on it, and I can't wait to hear what you think. Remember this discarded curbside table? Well, here it is now.
Yesterday, there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now, there's something in the air, and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Oh, dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other.
Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to leave a comment on this one, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye for now.